So just before this video starts, I just want to put some trigger warnings here, as this is arguably one of the most disgusting videos I've ever had to make or research for, just due to the fact that some of the stuff that happened is just downright deplorable behaviour. And so yeah, let's get into it. So I have recently learned of some absolutely abhorrent behaviour in a Discord server where one of my favourite ever YouTubers is the actual owner of it, and some of the stuff that's been going on in there is absolutely flat out disgusting. So I'm going to be exposing some of the stuff that goes down. I don't care if this leads to anything legally, anything flat out just destroying my channel. If it leads to a defamation case, send it my way, because some of the stuff that you have allowed to happen in the server for a while, in fact 2 years, that I, if not more, from when I've been in the server. God knows what you've been doing before I joined the server or when I stopped being active in that server. But I can't just ignore this anymore. So people who don't know, this channel or this YouTuber, he goes by the name of The Criminal Case Guy, and it is, I mean, he makes criminal case parodies, which I'm personally a big fan of. I play criminal case nearly daily. And I was a massive fan. I still am, but it might vary now with some of the stuff I'm about to reveal. So, yeah. So I'm also going to be doing this in collaboration with two people. One of them you may know, and I've mentioned on my channel before, he'd helped me a lot, is Tyrick, also known as Lindsay Lohan on YouTube, and his friend, who's going to be providing a lot of the information and proof for this stuff, known as Squirtle. Now, I don't know if they have a YouTube channel. If they do, I'll put it on screen now, of course. I want both credit to go to these as well, because they're helping me bring down one of the most disgusting things I've seen on YouTube or in like Discord in a good while. So yeah, let's get into it. So to start off with all this, we're going to be going under a person in the server, also a YouTuber known as Gary Hoss on YouTube. Now, this is where a lot of the more disgusting shit comes in. So, started off, we have the main thing that I find absolutely disgusting is sending furry porn to not only a full, or explaining what it is and showing proof of it to a 14-year-old who was Tyrick at the time, but sending it into a server which he knew had minors in it, with commenting about their dick sizes, and I've been on multiple occasions has talked about how much he has wanted to fuck animals. Full on fuck animals. He's been, and what I find the most disgusting was one of my best friends, who is also on YouTube known as told me that while he was on an alt account, posing as a 15-year-old called Dylan, I think he was trying to see what would happen, Gary sent a dick picture after he had masturbated, I believe. Here are the proofs now on screen. None of the images are involved. I don't think I want to see the image of this guy's dick after we'd finished masturbating, because for starters, it's disgusting to be doing that over a 15-year-old and showing it. It's disgusting to be sending furry porn. Just full on, just disgusting behaviour, abhorrent behaviour. He's someone that I've sort of like had a weird like hunch against for a while because of some of the stuff he was sending. Like, he was full out sending furry porn into servers where it was known that there was minors. It was commonly known that there were minors in this server, and I mean, you can't just do that. You simply cannot do that, no matter the context. Obviously, no matter the circumstances. You don't send your dick pic to a minor, and you don't send furry in a server where there are minors. And it may come up that he was sending it into the not safe for work and explicit content room of this, which is that doesn't really make it okay on the grounds that the minors in case, because I'm still 17, Tyrick is 17, he's 17, a lot of us are 17, 16, and hell, there might even be younger people in this server who have easy access to that part of the room, especially if they're on PC. PC do not get blocked. by the NSFW mark. You can just go in and see it for yourself. But I'd highly recommend against it. It's some of the most disgusting drawings I've seen. I don't have anything against furries. I just have something against people sending furry porn into a server where there are minors. That is all I have to say for now. I will let you know the future stuff when I finish editing. Alright, so the next person I want to talk about is a YouTuber who I haven't watched in years. When I last watched him, his name was Arnav Singhal. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'll put his YouTube channel on screen now, just to make sure I'm correct. But this is where things get really, really dodgy in my books. And so starting off, we're going to go light with Arnav. So he's still a fucked up human, but the first thing that I did that really noticed me, like, that really made me think this guy's a fucking weirdo, was he was promoting his video at the time, which was about to release, and one of my good friends, Taco, who you've seen on the channel many times, responded to it by saying, okay, and Arnav lost his shit. I mean, like, verbally throwing insults at Taco, was just doing everything, and it got that bad to the point where Taco left the server. He had to leave the server just due to the amount of bullying that he was getting put through by Arnav. And at the time, this is where things get really dodgy. So I'm not gonna say this person's name because I don't want them to have anything thrown towards them. But at one point, Arnav started dating someone while he was 15. This girl was 12, which already is weird as fuck. Arnav thought she was 11. Let me repeat this. Arnav was 15 and he was dating this girl who he thought was 11. A 4-year age gap, meaning by the time that Arnav was 18, this girl would have been 14. That's not legal in most states. It's online dating as well, which is already weird as hell. But at the same time, it's not the fact that this girl didn't lie about her age. Arnav just went under the impression that she was 11 and started dating her while he was 15. This whole server is one big fucking weird case that just needs to be sorted out. And, I mean, my god, my fucking head is just boiling from mentioning half this stuff already. So, and I think Arnav had commonly said slurs in the server. I'll check now. If it is, and I'll cut this part out. But, I mean, yeah, that's all I've got to say about Arnav. So, yeah, let's go on to the next person. Alright, so the next person I'm going to be speaking about is a YouTuber and a prominent figure in the server known as Bob Smith. Now, Bob Smith, he also makes cases, but you have a look at majority of them and they are some of the weirdest fucking videos ever.
Holy Jesus! What is that? What the fuck is that?
And I don't mean it weird in a funny or cool way. I mean it in a weird and just flat out offensive and disgusting way. I went to have a look at one of his videos just to see a precursor, and there was a not so good sign of, it was the sign that people used back in 1945 for Nazi Germany. Right, he had a swastika. Right, a swastika in the background of his video, and people say, "Oh, it's just a light joke. Oh, it's dark humour. Oh, you shouldn't find this offensive." What? If you're one of the people saying this, go get yourself tested for whatever could be wrong with you, because a swastika, for started, is the sign of one of the worst atrocities, one of the worst moments and things in history. It's the sign of the leader of it's the sign of one of the worst dictators, and if not the worst human on planet planet Earth. But having it in the background of your criminal case video, which is all depicting sex-related stuff, like all this kind of shit. And again, where there are minors in servers, who, and this isn't an age restricted thing, this isn't an age restricted room, anyone can go access that. So yeah, but going off to his videos now, onto the actual stuff he did, he solicited and pressured a 15-year-old, I think it was, to send explicit images of himself. And once he got called out for it, which I'll put proof in now, he started saying that it was all a joke. It is not a joke to be telling a minor to send explicit images of themselves, because this minor has probably never met you, so I don't know why he'd done it in the first place. Secondly, you are, and before anyone asks, are you sure that yes, he is anonymous. He is 18 years old. He tried to defend himself by saying that he didn't expect the minor to do it, which I'll put proof now, like it's all in the same sense, like all on the same stuff. But I mean, like some of this is just some of the most deplorable shit I think you'll ever come across in Discord. Like, be grateful you never joined this server. I'm regretting joining the server. I half do, half don't. I half don't just because I've met some of my best friends who are helping me with this video through here. At the same time, some of the shit I've seen on that server has pretty much just made me wary of every other server in my life. So, yeah. That's all I have to say for now about Bob Smith, but I'll put in any clips if there's any updates. So, yeah. On to the next person. Now, the last person I want to cover in this part, there's going to be a part 2 if more stuff comes out, 1000%. I don't want to stop here, especially if there's more stuff that comes out. But the last person I want to mention is the Criminal Case Guy himself. Now, he owns the server, and he's pretty much allowed people to do this. And he'd even defended the actions of Bob Smith, or Bob. Now, I'm going to put proof here now. He basically said that it was a joke and the child shouldn't have sent it even any other way. But at the same time, it's not a joke. The child's still in the wrong. He shouldn't have sent it anyway. At the same time, it's not a joke as an 18-year-old asking a 15-year-old for news. Alright? Simple as that. It's simple as that. And, I mean, not only that, he's not really said much about. He's one of the people who defended the furry porn that Gary's been putting into a server, which consists of the minors. So, yeah, that's fun. But if not, it's disgusting. He's regularly taught. I think he's made nude art of characters as well, which again, it's his character, but at the same time, you're sending and putting it to stuff where it could potentially be sent out to minors. Because people don't give a shit on the internet anymore. They don't care what their shit gets sent to. But the Criminal Case Guy, you were one of my favourite YouTubers. You were at one point. You were carrying YouTube for me at one point. But after the shit that you're allowing in your server, I can no longer support you. I can no longer sit here and say I'm a fan. So unless you start taking action or start taking action against the people who have been doing this deplorable shit in your server, because Bob is still in your server and posting actively, despite the fact that it's definitive proof that he has act and solicited nudes from a minor. Right? Simple as that. There's also, you've defended, I think you've also defended Bob from when he was saying slurs. A majority of the time, he has been sending these slurs to you directly. So, meaning either you're okay with him saying slurs and you say it back, or you're too scared to call him out for it. It's one of the two, and you're gonna have to take action here. Especially against Arnav as well. Arnav, who went on a massive rant because someone said the word okay. And Gary is probably the most deplorable out of them all. From what I've heard, Gary is 26. He's 26, sending dick pictures to a 15-year-old. Or someone who's posing as a 15-year-old. It doesn't matter. either way, it's still fucked. So, the criminal case guy, you're gonna have to sort this out. Ban me from your server, I couldn't care less. Do whatever you want, because quite frankly, I couldn't give less of a shit. I'm gonna be posting this no matter what. You can't stop me. I'm gonna post this. If I wake up the next morning and I have a message saying all this shit, then so be it. Because I'm not going to delete it if you ask me to. I'm not going to listen to you. Because you can't tell me what to do. Alright? Your server are full of people who take shit too seriously. I'm included in that. I take shit too seriously. But the people in there are flat out stupid. We have people saying slurs on the regular. We have people sending porn, furry porn, all this. We have people overreacting over little things. I mean, I've been told that the amount of slurs Bob has said himself has resulted in him saying the N-word. And there is proof that I will put on screen now. I'm going to censor the part where he says it, except for the N. Because I don't want my video to be flagged or taken down due to your people that you're defending in your server on the regular. And it's just, I mean, you're gonna have to sort it out. It's either you don't sort it out, because I'm hoping this video blows up just so it exposes some of the deplorable shit that you're allowing in your server. I'm planning to leave the server anyway, because for starters, I don't want to be part of that. Simple as. And I know that if you watch this video, that you're gonna ban me from your server and make up some bullshit rumour. Like majority of your server people do anyways. Because, well, we all know that, like, you people, like, people in the server can't handle having criticism. We have Arnav, who, like I said, went on a massive rant after someone didn't immediately go down and just say, oh, what a K5 was. We have Bob, who's trying to defend himself, and then asking a minor for news. A 15, whatever, or I think that's 15. It's between 13 and 15-year-old for nudes. And yet you're here defending him, saying that he, like, I'll put it on screen now, because I have the message. All this has come from Squirtle, by the way. Like, big props to them. Because, my God, like, brilliant from them. And they probably didn't get more stuff to take you guys down. Simple as. Because you guys just, you can't allow this in a server full stop. I own a server myself. And at one point, I will admit, before any of this happened, I did have Gary and I did have Bob on my server. This was before anything came out. I wasn't active in the criminal case guy server. I've not entered that server. I've had it muted for like a year at this point. Bob left, and so did Gary. Gary left way earlier than Bob, but Bob left, I think, a few months ago. And now I'm glad they did. Because if I now found out what they were doing, they'd be banned. And I've made it known that if anyone joins my server and adds Bob, both of them will be, Bob will already be permanently banned. But the person who will try to add them back will also be permanently banned. So I'm going to say this one last time. The criminal case guy, you need to sort this stuff out. You really do, because there are minors in the server where there is now an actual paedophile. There is a police report that has been filed against Bob. So, if everything goes well, you will be having more than likely a registered sex offender and a paedophile in your server. Is that really the best look for a fan base which a lot of them are minors? We have me, I'm 17. We have Tyrant, who is 17. We have the girl who I mentioned, who is now 16, but was 11 around the time that Arnav. Oh no, she's 17 now, but was 11 around the time that she was dating Arnav. We have Robert, 16. We have one of our other friends, who's 16. We have Taco, who, or a lot of them are 17, 16, a bit. He's 17 now, I think. Taco, he's 17. A lot of us are minors. And we still have next year till we're 18. So until next year, we are still minors. and you are allowing people who are high chance, like Bob, for example, who's probably going to be a registered sex offender if stuff goes well with the police report. Which, let's hope it does, because we don't want him being able to message minors asking for nudes. He's probably doing it now. We don't want Arnav having to rant at us every time we don't praise his case with everything that we have. And then finally, we don't want to be seeing furry porn in an accessible area of your server. And it's not only in the NSFW server. There has been people that have said that Gary has sent his persona, which is more than likely naked, in general chat. Now I'll admit it, I have worked with Gary before on a case with him. I suggested a character. I regret ever messaging him. I just started in the Criminal Case series, or the Criminal Case Guy servers, so I would message Gary asking if I could be a character. I'll put it on screen now. So yeah, I wish I could take all that back now. I'm going to be removing everything that I have associated with the Criminal Case Guy, except for my close friends who I cherish, and I'm happy that I joined the server in the first place just so I met them. So with all that being said, for the last time, the Criminal Case Guy, sort your fucking server out, because it's deplorable. I've more than enough evidence that I put on screen now, and before you say that this is all fake, I will ask first off for starters to record and swipe through it, because you can't edit a recording while it's fast as hell. We have, for secondly, I can easily show you guys the proof. If anyone wants to come, I will get Callum, who's currently at my house now, to come through here I'll load the pictures up, and he can prove that it's real. So no matter what, you can't say that they're false messages, you can't say that they're allegations, because they're evidence, they're proof, and there were people there when this all happened. So there will be a part 2 at some point. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, have a great week, and fuck all the people that I mentioned in this video. Alright, just before I go, while I was editing this, I got 3 more images of some shit that Bob Smith did. So I'm just going to add this at the end, because I've already edited the video and I can't be bothered trying to move it around. So I'm just going to add it here. So, Bob Smith, there are photos of him being transphobic. I'm going to put them on the screen now. Take a minute to read them to yourself if you want. Although they might not be in the best quality, this is the best I could get. So, yeah. Bob Smith, you're a fucking scumbag. As is everyone else I've mentioned today in this video. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, have a great week, and that's it.